let's talk about the hottest topic of real estate industry, which is solar panels. There are so many myths and there are so many facts. We don't know whom to believe, whom not to believe. But I have done my research now for last 6 months and gathered some material. Hope that helps everyone, including me. So what is the myth? The myth is it's too tough. It is so tough and it does not work in a cloudy or an overcast day situation, and no point installing solar panels if it is not going to work, because my climate is such, if I live in Seattle or place like that, it is of no use. Well, here is the fact. Solar panels can generate electricity in all types of weather, including cloudy and a cold climates. While they are most efficient in direct sunlight, they can still produce electricity on cloudy days. Even in winter conditions, countries like Germany, which has a similar climate to many parts of the US also, are leading in solar energy production. Myth 2. Solar panels are too expensive. Is it? Well, it's a relative term. Let's look at it. The cost of solar panels have dropped significantly since last 14 years. I have been looking into it. In 2010, I had seen a panel cost for average cost per watt was about $5. And now in 2024, it has been reduced to $2. It has become really affordable, and there are a lot of tax credit by your state, which you can take advantage of. Also, the companies are offering you financial options if you lease it with them. You can even take a home equity loan, which I'll talk about next week, and use that money to buy out this solar panel program outright. So let's talk about now myth, fact, usage, replacement, cost, etc. Leasing solar panel is a bad idea. I thought so that too, because my break-even point was 15 years at that time. But today, with the rate that much competitive, rates are really good. If you break even in a 7 to 8 years against your electricity bill, you are coming ahead, because you are not going to live in your home 6 or 7 or 8 years. It will be occupied for next 20 or 30 years. So look at that, consider it. Leasing, of course, will have a lower upfront cost. Buying it upright will be better if you are looking to achieve a certain number of years as your breaking even point. Here is my comparison chart. Look at it yourself. Leasing versus buying. It will talk about upfront cost, which is zero in leasing. Buying, of course, you're paying it upfront. Maintenance, handled by leasing company. If you are buying it, you will have to get it serviced. It's your responsibility, but it's very inexpensive. Long-term savings. In leasing, it's lower because there is a company involved, and of course, they're making some profit in the middle. Whereas buying it outright, there will be a higher savings. Ownership. Leasing company will own the panels until you pay them off. Whereas buying, you will own all the panels and you can replace them also if 1 or 2 panels are not working properly. Or fifth, actually, potential increase in home value. Leasing it could have a minimal impact because there is a payment which is going to be now assumed by your new buyer. They may want that option or may not want it. Whereas if you're buying it, it is a significantly positive impact because they're getting something for free and it's ready, and it will save them all the cost of electricity. Another question was, solar panels require a lot of maintenance. Solar panels actually requires minimal maintenance. They have no moving parts, nothing more like electronic or mechanical. It's very simply designed and it can withstand all the weather conditions. Regular cleaning and occasional inspections are usually enough to keep them functioning efficiently. Well, then they asked me, is solar panel is it going to increase the home value or not? Well, yes and no. If you have bought it outright, upfront, with the full cost paid, it is going to help you sell your home faster. If it has been leased, as I said before, you may have to consider at the time of sale, you may want to pay off all your remaining balance or find a qualified buyer who can afford that payment small. Actually, it is payment against their electricity bill. So there is nothing that it is an increased cost. But you want to make sure they're willing to do that because it is a lease and you cannot break the lease. What happens if you want to replace your roof and your solar panels are there? Well, that is very important question. When you're leasing in our area, they're offering, a lot of companies are offering one-time free exchange, meaning removing the panels and reinstalling them. You can use that one free service for either moving out of your house or while replacing your roof. Good thing that roofs last for typically 20 to 25 years. So hopefully you don't have to go through more than one free service call. If you have bought that system outright, it's not difficult at all. Find an installer again. He will carefully remove it, store it until your roof is replaced, and then he will reinstall it. Of course, there will be a slight cost. Okay, so Sonal, what happens in the months where I have produced a lot of energy? What do I do with it? Well, you have several choices. There is a program called net metering. Excess energy will be sent back to the grid and you will receive credit on your electric bill. Second thing, you could install a storage battery wall. Look into it on Google or with your supplier. They will give you a lot of choices. In my experience, I knew Tesla had that wall which could keep 7 days worth of energy. Now, maybe the walls have greater capacity where maybe you can store the energy up to 15 days. But there is a cost and it's a very thin wall panel when I had seen it a couple of years ago. Third choice, selling back to the grid. Okay, some regions will allow you to sell excess electricity back to the grid and it will be at predetermined rate. So there will be a win-win in any choices you pick. Another question I see online is what happens if you move? I already answered it that there is a one free move. Sometime it comes with the installer, and if it's not a big deal. You can either leave it there and have your new buyer give you the money, lump sum money, and you keep paying the lease amount, or you can even remove all the panels and take it with you wherever you are going. So you have multiple choices. So what are the benefits for doing such a thing? Meaning this is a lot of effort and your energy to put behind this to find the right company, right kind of solar panels, and the maintenance, which we are not used to or not heard of. So let's talk about the benefits and see if we all agree to do this and help our universe from the carbon footprints. So first very benefit to the environment is solar energy is clean and renewable. So it reduces greenhouse gas emissions as we talk about it. Second, energy independence. You generate your own electricity and reduce reliance on the third party or the grid. 2 years ago, the whole world had heard that in Houston, Texas, the entire grid had failed and people were without electricity from 3 to 7 days. I hope that situation in the midst of winter never happens to anybody. Financial savings, you will save thousands on your electricity bills and potentially you will increase the home value. Last but not the least, take advantage of various federal, state, and local government from the taxes and the incentive and the rebate they are offering. Hope I've given you so much information that now you are ready to make a decision, yes or no, Let's help our government. Let's help the entire universe and be a part of going green. Thank you very much. See you next week.